you zooming from?
I live in Northeast Iowa, kind of near the Minnesota border. So I'm home today, and it's a super sticky, kind of hot, humid day. It keeps threatening to rain, but it hasn't yet.
Do you go to the Iowa State Fair? I must ask, because I have been.
I did perform there like a few years back. Also, the Minnesota State Fair as well. So yeah, state fairs are a lot of fun.
What's the performing experience like state fair level?
Like the Iowa experience is more just kind of like some of my fans, but also just a lot of kind of people milling through who maybe aren't familiar with me or my music.
Yeah.
But still a ton of fun. You know, it's always hot and you walk around and you eat some like funnel cake and corn. And the Minnesota State Fair, though, I'm pretty like well known in the Twin Cities. So when I played there, I got to open up for Trampled by Turtles and Lord Huron and the big like grandstand. And so that was actually like, you know, pretty epic.
So yeah, tell me, new album coming out, fifth studio album. Did I get that right?
Yep, fifth like full length of originals. You know, I've put out some EPs and cover EPs. You know, Castles came out in 2018, and I spent a good couple years just touring a ton. I put out a covers of my own songs, like piano vocal covers, and then obviously come 2020, you know, I was in this relationship and everything was just pretty even Steven. So I wasn't feeling like I had a whole lot to say at that point anyways. I wasn't writing a lot of songs. I was just touring and kind of existing. And then of course, like when the pandemic hit, I, along with the rest of the world, just was like, what the heck is going on? And just so much to process. And then went through a pretty painful breakup in May of 2020. And so that was like kind of unexpected. And I found myself back on my farm and I was alone and with my dog. Not totally alone. And yeah, my dog and I were kind of just like isolated here, and I like was not mentally well. Like I was just barely keeping it together because of the breakup and just the heaviness of the world. And it was such a period of pain. And yet at the same time, that summer of 2020, like I had to confront things that I couldn't avoid any longer. I spent a lot of time just in the gardening, watching, you know, kind of the season change, things growing, sitting on my porch, watching storms, walking down the driveway at sunset, like not drinking and going for swims and just like self-care. While I wasn't really actively writing over the summer of 2020, I was sort of like, you know, just trying to grow and like get some resilience. That's the word of the pandemic, you know, trying to have some resilience and some surrender and some perspective, and like was really comforted by nature. You know, nature's brutal, but it's beautiful, and life is brutal, but it's beautiful. By the fall of 2020, I was sort of like in the place like, okay, now I can kind of process the events of the last like 6 months. And so I went to Nashville and I just started writing, you know, kind of starting in the kind of anger and sadness of the breakup, to then, you know, writing, recording over the course of a year. And by the time I was sort of done writing the last songs of the album, I'd sort of come out the other side. You know, I felt my feelings, I moved through them, and I watched as the road in front of me being wide open and so unknown went from being like scary to exciting again. And that took some time. So the album just covers the arc of my true to life experience, which I think is probably actually pretty universal.
That reminder of like needing to actually feel your feelings. I don't know. I feel like, I know you mentioned self-care, and I feel like sometimes like self-care, the idea can be like anesthetizing of just like giving yourself like treats or just kind of like soothing yourself, when like actually the soothing needs to be feeling feeling angry or feeling upset or feeling whatever first. And I heard that in your tunes.
I feel like that is a theme that, you know, on social media and Brene Brown, and, you know, we have all of these authors and podcasts. I mean, it's in the zeitgeist. The more we talk about just like emotional intelligence as like a path towards peace, is like the more we can feel our shit and deal with it, the less we're going to go and like outwardly project our crap on everyone else or something, you know? So I think it's a healthy experience, not only for the person trying to grow, because life is painful, you know, but also for the world. It's, I think, just good for people to feel their feelings.
I wanted to ask about, you know, obviously we talked a little bit before about just nature and how that has influenced this current album. Do you feel like where you live and like the landscape you live in, has that influenced the sound of your music over time?
If anything, living on this farm, and I have 45 acres and I garden and I have I'm, planting trees, and I'm doing like a timber improvement project and land conservancy stuff. And my house is always a mess. I mean, if anything, I kind of feel like it's a distraction.
Oh yeah.
I procrastinate with everything here before I like get to the music. But I'm sure in some subconscious way, like the creativity that I'm doing, like farming wise and gardening wise, there's some subconscious wheel turning in the back of my head that I think does sort of bleed over into not only the songs lyrically or stylistically, but in how I describe the emotion when I'm, in the studio with a band, the way I sort of describe the way the song makes me feel and sort of let them play what, they're moved to play based on me explaining the song. I'm sure it's all somewhat related. I just couldn't tell you very like consciously how.
That's funny, the distraction thing. That's like, whenever I have something like real to do, I'm like, or I could clean my house.
It's a real thing. My friend Katie, she's a painter and an artist, and because like I have to rehearse, I have work to do or whatever. I should work on this song. And we both joke, like, I have to clean my entire house first and organize all of my drawers and like, what is that all about? I don't know, but it's real.
You are going on tour in not too long?
It's crazy. It's like, it seemed like it was next year or something. And to be honest with you, I'm a little bit nervous because I feel like, it's everyone's got a different story about like, we say post COVID, but we're mid COVID, but like, post isolation and distancing. Like, I think we've all just sort of like, we're less busy and now we're trying to be like as busy as we've ever been. And like our nervous systems are not quite sure what to do. It's like everyone I talk to is like I have 10 things happening at once. Like it's unmanageable. And so I've been feeling that way and sort of just like, how am I going to like sleep and like take care of myself when like my jet lag is going to be so bad. So I've already been kind of being like, I think I need to like not drink and like exercise and like eat really good. Cause it's like, I'm old. I'm about to turn 42 and it's like young, but it's also like, when I was in my mid 20s, I could kind of get away with a lot. I've kind of gotten like spoiled during COVID because I haven't been on the go like I used to be. So wish me luck.
Yeah. Best of luck. I'm sure it'll be great.
I remember it all. I remember it all. The way the wine flows and the music plays.
I make true to life songs about all the things that I'm feeling that feel so unique to me, but in time, when you heal and you just realize how universal it is. And so it feels like a real gift to have music to kind of work out things. And then furthermore, to be able to just sort of hand it out to like whoever needs it. Like, this is yours now. I hope it helps you. I hope it maybe makes you cry a little bit, get some of that like pent up stuff out, or makes you feel joyful, or makes you want to dance. Like, it feels like a real gift to be able to have music for myself, but then to also be able to share it, not only for like attention or like acclaim, just as like my little service that I hope I can do. And so I really am proud of this album, and I hope that people, that they really love it.